Hi everyone, welcome to my week 2 discussion board presentation. In this presentation, I'll be going over a few theories and how they hold up in today's public administration workforce. For my approach with the theories I'll be discussing will be from my point of view, from working at a water agency. So I work for a water municipality here in Southern California, and my experiences and examples will be from my work. So my first theorist, Woodrow Wilson, and his politics administration dichotomy. So Wilson believed that politics and administration should be kept separate and not intermingled with one another. Administrators should only focus on adhering to the law and doing the job that they're set out for the department to do. However, while in theory this is a good concept so that it doesn't get dirty, mixing political views or political favors with agencies and how they affect the community as a whole. In modern times, so my example in why this theory doesn't hold up the way maybe Wilson thought it should. Here in California, a few years back, we had quite a few years of excessive drought. And because of this, there was a lot of cooperation between a lot of water agencies on coming up with new water conservation policies. So because of this, they had to use a lot of lawyers and a lot of outreach to the public, but also they had to go and lobby to the politicians up in Sacramento, to get laws passed to help them regulate and conserve water in the water table in their certain districts. So there's a lot of back and forth and favors that were done between politicians and administrators from agencies throughout the state of California in order to get laws passed to help with the drought and help either do different charging systems or just to be able to better manage the water's availability in the state. Working for a water agency, the scope of responsibility that the agency has to deal with on a day-to-day basis is pretty large. So it definitely holds up to Max Weber's theory on bureaucracy. Without his bureaucracy, there wouldn't be an easy way to organize the agency and all the different departments and the special abilities from the different departments. So with Max Weber, I definitely agree that his theories hold up to today, and they're very important for organization within large agencies. Here's a quick example of a water district here in Coachella Valley. So you have the voters who vote for the board of directors, and then they pretty much, we have to go to them for any big budgets, approvals, and whatnot. And then we have our managers, and below them, from where I work at a specific department for my facility, a wastewater treatment plant, but you have electricians, we have collections, you have potable drinking operators, you have administrators, HR, so the agency can get quite big. So without the bureaucracy and the hierarchy approach, then it'd be very hard to organize the agency. One area that I believe that one of his 6 characteristics needs updating for the current day is a selection based on technical qualification. While yes, we want the best qualified employees or workers to be hired into the agency or for a department, you also want to make sure that personality gets taken into account, because even though you could have a awesome person on paper, they have all the technical knowledge needed to do the job, if their personality doesn't fit well with the team, then you run the risk of really messing up the work dynamics in the workplace if that one individual just throws everything off. So it's very important, I think, that aspect of personality nowadays. I strongly believe that the concept of power with versus power over, proposed by Mary Parker Follett, is relevant in today's workplace. I think that the top-down managerial approach utilized by Taylor and Weber is useful, and when talking about low-level responsibilities per se, But I believe once you get into organizations and agencies that have very complex duties and responsibilities, it becomes very hard to just manage and operate from a top-down approach, since the managers are viewing aren't necessarily on the ground level where the activity is happening. This is why I believe that Follett's power with approach is a lot more relevant. The workers are on the ground level, and they're the ones that are dealing with any hiccups or issues from their day-to-day activities. So they're the best ones to analyze and come up with game plans and corrections to proceed with their activities and their functions. So their ability to communicate to their managers or supervisors on issues and have the authority and power to make those decisions or corrections is a lot more efficient for the agency and the department. And not only that, but also builds trust between the employees and the managers and with the agency. You have more consistency, you have better relationships, reliability, overall commitment, and value system increases. So there's a lot more benefit from that relationship and open communication between your workers and your managers, and sharing in the power and the decision making on the day-to-day activities. Thank you for watching, and I hope everyone had a great week.